Yes, it is. We're still here.
We're back off. Right?
We are back. We are back. We are back after a little absence.
We've been doing this for what, 2 years?
About 2 years now. Yeah.
You would think we would come on one night and it would look like we were absolutely prepared and ready to go. Not with my microphone way over there, but hey,
Hey,
how goes it?
it's going. It's going. Welcome to another voyage. Welcome to another journey. Welcome to another evening with at the Helm with Kelly and Wayne.
I am Kelly.
And I am Wayne. It's good to be back after a little hiatus. A little absence.
We keep saying that. So I think at some point we gotta be honest with ourselves about what we do here on this platform. Um, because like everybody else, we are super busy. There's just a lot always going on.
We are.
But yeah, we want to stay true and honest to why we started this podcast, which was to share information with whoever would hear it. But we have to be more consistent. Like that is a thing. This is a meeting. We're having a meeting right now, live in real time.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas, let us know. So we have been consistent. I mean, we did every other Thursday, or I mean, we've missed a few vacations, sick, some things, but for the most part, up until the last couple months, we were consistent every week, even with remote locations, even in our mobile studio up and down the road. We have been consistent. We have been here. And you're there, our mission, we wanted to come and to educate, to enlighten, entertain on all avenues, all things happening in this world, political, social, um, little church, little our life, little everybody else's life. So we really wanted to be a space where we could just kind of be real and true. Nothing we asked.
And I will say what is consistent, regardless of what Thursday night we do it, Riley be all the way live.
Oh,
Whatever night we pick, that's the night Riley be.
Since the beginning, Riley is growing, and she's live and live.
We hear her. We hear.
Can y'all hear
We
her?
hear.
That's
Y'all hear, but we hear. So
that's the studio next door.
and we actually like to hear. We were told that she was nonverbal, and I guess would be nonverbal. So
Yeah, so it's
any words she say, it's like
it's nice to hear.
music. Yep.
It's nice to hear Riley be music to our ears. So yeah, we have been consistent, and any day now the phone's gonna ring and somebody's gonna say we'd like to buy this for $2 million.
I'm simple with that.
Say whatever. And we're gonna take the faithful ones that have been with us, the faithful ones that have joined us, and we're gonna share the wealth. We're gonna share all that we have and continue to build. There's been a lot happening. This world is this world that we are in is challenging. Hope everyone continues to navigate. Hope everyone continues to keep their head up. Continue to thrive in all that's going on. And we have mentioned this before, and we don't mean to just go over and over and say some of the same things, but more now than ever, you need some good information and good sources of news and where you get your information from. And I will forever be grateful for SiriusXM. You can go, you don't have to be in a car, you don't have to have a car. You can do it on your phone. They have an app. It's like $10 a month. And channel 126 is,
Sometimes they do have free promotions, so check it out. It may be
Yeah.
free for
yeah, you can get months. You can get months free. So yeah, definitely check that out. But yes, channel
but in a time where we know that we can't trust pretty much no media,
no
but our local media, cable network news.
interest in it.
Yeah, so you have to, and most people are, most people curate their news to their views, and so we do the same thing. I used to try to listen to some other stations, but I'm not interested anymore because they are unhinged and unserious.
Yeah, I mean,
That's over
yeah,
it. Serious XL.
yeah. I
They
mean,
are not serious.
they're not. They're part of the problem when you. I mean, when you even air foolery and foolishness like the other night. I mean, and so I have heard, maybe many people have heard, authoritarianism, fascism, dictatorship, those things for a long time. And it's kind of like people saying, the world going to end soon. Signs of the time. These things, Jesus coming back. They've been saying that for thousands of years. And I do believe, every day Jesus comes back for somebody. Somebody, raptures every day. But we are literally really seeing before our eyes this fascist world that is becoming when you can or I don't even know when you can just make stuff up and it don't even have to be real anymore. I don't know where we've come to. I don't know where do we go when the people that are controlling in the media that does not push back and does not have anything to say and does not, they just go right along with it, play it, and let people say stupid stuff. And they like, hey, that's next story. Let's say something else stupid. Let's say something. I mean, it's just ridiculous that people are just so naive. And I don't know. We just see it right in front of us.
Yeah, and it's also, what we've seen happen in other places. Like a lot of times people are comparing it to Nazi Germany. And it's because it looks familiar because Nazi Germany happened because of American Jim Crow.
Yeah.
So they studied us and then they tried it there and they were organized and what they started with, of course, the media and with banning books. So everything is like it's just a repeating cycle. We did it, they did it, we're doing it, same thing. So protect yourself, protect your mind.
Yes.
That's all I want to say about that.
Yeah. Something forced. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, it's get some information, get news, find out. The big news now is government shutdown.
I was going to say something when you said the rapture. Were you saying the rapture because we were supposed to be raptured last week?
Oh yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of folks.
I didn't know that until somebody checked. See if it was still here. I didn't know the rapture was supposed to come.
I mean, didn't nobody tell me.
So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing when we say we're not watching the news. Where are we getting? How do we not know?
I don't know.
The rapture was coming.
I don't know. All them folks.
What do we have to do? I didn't know.
I didn't either.
Did anybody else know? Did y'all know out there that the rapture was supposed to be last Tuesday?
Yeah, we
And
missed.
did you feel like you got left behind? Were you concerned? Were you rethinking your life like Jesus? Tell me. What was it?
Yeah, what really concerned me was when I saw some other folks still here. I'm like, hold up now. I know I'm not in that group. when I saw,
I wanted to know who was gone. And that was the thing. I didn't know nobody that left. So
and when I turned the TV on and them clowns were still on TV, I was like, hold on. I'm still here with them.
It ain't been no rapture.
Been no rapture.
Clearly, Jesus didn't leave me here.
Not with them.
Clearly.
I mean, I'd have rather him just took all them and left me here. Let's just start over.
So we do want to shout out our months, which I think this administration is trying to get rid of identity months. That's what they said.
Right.
But they're probably talking about Black and Brown identity. We can probably still acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hence the pink. I am grateful to be an 11-year breast cancer survivor on this other side. If you haven't picked up the book, this is the book that I co-authored with 22 other people, where we journaled our story of survival, tenacity, strength, courage. And I do want to take the time right now to acknowledge that the visionary of this book, Ms. Tamika Hunter Ross, has gone on to reward. She battled metastatic breast cancer for several years, and she was a warrior for sure. If you did not know her, and once you met her, if you were battling this breast cancer disease, you just kind of felt like we got to stay here. we made you just feel like you just got to be here. So prayers to her sons, to those who loved her, to her friends, and to all the other ladies who are in this book who suffered that loss. We pray for those as well, and we hope that everyone continues to thrive, survive, to enjoy each day that is given, because each day is a gift. So, is it Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Sounds weird to say, but Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I think that is a purple ribbon. I do want to say that the most dangerous time for a domestic violence victim is when they try to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know it looks like easy from the outside when we say, why don't they just leave? Like, there's a lot of reasons why they don't just leave. And one of them is when they do leave, they may not survive leaving. So if you know someone who is in that situation, if you are someone who's in that situation, you feel like you cannot speak out. If you're in this area, we have an organization called Interact that you can contact, and they will help you with getting a domestic violence protective order. They will give you shelter, just kind of help you plan. They don't force you to do anything. If you're not ready to leave, again, they try to help you plan until you can't leave. So we acknowledge that everyone does not live in a safe, loving relationship.
It's true.
Right. And we just, offer people some grace and offer support. Offer support to people. I want to shout out Shanquella. What's Shanquella's last name? I know her organization is called BT, and she is doing work in that area with domestic violence victims and helping them get the things that they need and to get on their feet and to give them information and resources. Again, locally here, but wherever you are, they may need clothes, because most of the time they flee with nothing but the clothes on their back. They may need food, shelter, a gas card. So just reach out to the organizations in your area to see how you might be of assistance to someone.
Definitely. Shout out to Shanquella, and shout out to, you were talking about, the organizations that continue to support and do. Shout out to all the nonprofits. I think the nonprofits is what's going to have to save us, because the for-profit people are have turned evil, and really that's what they're only for, is profit, not anyone. So, and that's not everybody, but the majority. But shout out to those who continue to fight for a cause, for a passion. They continue to lift up those that are hurting and needing help in many different areas. So we are just grateful for all of those that continue to do those things.
Yeah. So speaking of that, this past Monday, we were downtown Raleigh for a Moral Monday march. Want to talk about it?
Yeah, so More Monday is continuing on. More Monday takes over the South. More Monday simultaneously 13, 14 different southern states gathered together at 11 to stand together to lift up, to show impacted people that are being impacted daily because of this big, ugly, horrible bill that they continue to push, that they've passed. And even with this government shutdown, they're still trying to, take trillions of dollars away from Medicaid with this shutdown. So from Texas east all the way to Florida, up to North Carolina, Virginia, back over to Tennessee, maybe Arkansas, this southern piece of this nation gathered together to say we won't be silent anymore, to lift up those and to show those faces of people who will die, people who have already lost insurance, who have already lost SNAP benefits, who family members will lose support at nursing homes, whose families will not have anywhere to go from health facilities and just different places that they are being able to live now and get health care through Medicaid. And it is horrible that Speaker Mike Johnson, and I'm not sure if the senator, his name slips my mind, that's from Louisiana. They have, both of them stood for this big ugly bill. Both of them instrumental in allowing the government to shut down. People are losing health insurance. And I saw the other day that like 60 or 70% of the childbirths in Louisiana are assisted, covered by Medicaid. But they're
They
pro-life.
don't care.
But, this is the madness. This is the madness that they claim to be so pro-life. That life is just so precious.
But they've been unmasked as frauds a long time ago. So I don't even want to play like we ever believed anything that they were going to say. I always knew it was going to be a shutdown.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you start out this administration with a department that you made up.
Oh yeah.
To say we looking for government waste, and then you just start firing people left and right. And in order for you to continue to push through this evil that you want to push through, you need people to not be at work. I don't know why we went along like this. This is really what upsets me when I do watch TV. Why did Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer go to the White House last week? Why? They already knew. So we are in a time right now where the Senate is Republican led, the House is Republican led, the White House is Republican led.
And the
shutdown. So how do we get to where the shutdown is on the Democrats?
And again,
it's not possible.
Yeah, that's the story, and that's, and I I'm like you. I try not to. It's just frustrating that again that information just continues to be put out in media. No one. It just seems that no one. I know there's a lot of people pushing back, but I just don't see enough pushing back to where everyday people see that this is foolery. Why is the media, why do they come on and co-sign with calling the Department of Defense the War Department? Because that's not the name. I almost said the word you don't want me to say. I'm trying to do better. You just can't change the name of a department. You just can't do that. But what do they go right along with? put it on the bottom of the screen, on the ticker, name it, call it. They just fall right in line in lockstep, and it just does not help the situation. There's enough. Dr. King said that the two most dangerous things on the planet is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity.
They said,
And we're seeing that today. We're seeing that today where, it's either conscientious stupidity or sincere ignorance. I mean, let them pick which one they continue to do. I think now it's leaning more toward just conscientious stupidity. People are not that.
but whatever it is, again, I don't want to harp on it. Like, that's not, what are we doing? What is it that we can do right now? We have people, millions of people who are out of a job. They're either not working or they're going to work and not being paid. Payroll. And they expect to continue to do this. Meanwhile, the people who made these decisions, they're still getting paid. So I don't want to just always come on here with doom and gloom. I want to know let us know what your plan is. Had you saved your money? Were you like me and you saw this coming, and so you cut back on your spending? Like I think the last time they shut it down, it lasted 35 days. The last time this person was in office.
The last 3 shutdowns have been under the same administration.
Under Republicans.
The same one.
But what is it?
Yeah.
Because let me clue y'all in. No one's coming for us. No one's coming to save us. No one's coming to help us. Wayne just said a while ago that he would like to see more pushback. They're not coming. The cavalry is not coming. So what are we doing? What are you going to do? What can we do?
Scrapping up.
What can we do? What? What you say you're doing?
Scrapping up.
What does that do? What does that do? What's that do when you need to bring it?
Oh, that's just one
But
thing.
tell me what you're talking about. You're stepping up to do what? What are you doing?
When they start really showing out.
Yeah. We're sitting ducks right here in this house where we're surrounded by people who probably like this, like on every side. So I don't know. But anyway, if this is nothing else, it is a lesson in being proactive in how we take care of ourselves. So I hope that we are all doing something.
So we have to look out for our neighbors, look out for one another.
Hey, Jay.
Continue. Hey, Jay, Lisa, and my favorite person in the world. That behind you.
Huh?
Behind you. But yeah, we just have to continue to keep our heads up, stay focused, continue to support one another to help, and to know that there is some resistance, and we have to, we do need to share and make known the small victories that happen from time to time. The lawsuits that have been won. I did see the other day that Supreme Court did say that what's her name? Miss Cook, I didn't think of her first name. Miss Cook will not be fired. She will continue to stay on until 2026.
For now.
But again, that's small victory, but you have to take them when you get them. And that's what we just have to continue to do, and continue to push back, continue to keep people informed. Tell your family, tell your friends, keep them informed with what's really happening and the real information. Immigrants cannot get health insurance.
But
people that are here undocumented cannot apply for the affordable health care. So, but again, that's
just know when you hear the lies, but also know that they are very good at narrative forming. So the narrative is going to be whatever they say it's going to be. So read, make sure you educate yourself. Again, know that this is theirs. And also they need to release the Epstein files. It's like this distraction takes us away from that. Because these are the people who are the moral people. They are the leaders of morality. Release the files. Let's see it. Let's see what it looks like.
I think they're gone.
Right. This is like there, and that's another thing. Like this, there I go getting caught up. Like there might even still be files. like this Department of Justice really has not done away with whatever information and evidence they have. So, my bad.
But hey, we gotta.
We can keep saying it.
We can keep hope. Yeah, release files.
Keep saying it.
There's somebody. There's one around somewhere.
1-5.
Yeah, I mean, Olivia Pope. There's an Olivia Pope somewhere that's gonna show up with all of the files one day. And Papa Pope and they're gonna do it all.
Real life.
Real.
Hey Ann, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Also, since we were here just last week, we lost Asada Shakur. Again, the media would have you believe that she is a terrorist. That's what this FBI, even the FBI that had her exiled or in exile.
Mhm.
But she was not a terrorist. She was a fighter for Black liberation.
Advocate.
And as a result, she went on to be an ancestor as a free woman living in Cuba.
Yes.
So, and again, what did we do? Let me talk to the Black people right quick. Do we know as much about Asada Shakur as we knew about the person who got shot, who was spreading hate on college campuses? And if the answer is no, let's do better. Let's teach our children about.
Check your circle.
And let's teach our children about people who were always here for Black liberation and not just other foolishness. Asada Shakur she's been on the FBI list for probably 50 years. It seems like it's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not that long, but really close.
Yeah, that's probably been that long.
Really close. But that was during a time of COINTELPRO. Of course, we find out that the FBI was not on the up and up. We're finding all of that out about government all the time. But do your research. Don't let them barrage your brain with people who don't matter. And that's really, I don't know if we've been on since that all happened. Yeah. That's kind of my thing. Like a lot of people that in my circle did not know who he was. And because, again, of the media and the thirst for hate in this country, they were then assaulted with images and words that were hateful toward them, that were demeaning toward them, that dehumanized them by somebody they never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, had he not been shot, they would have never heard of this person. But then, because he died and because the media chose to
make him a monster,
try to make him a god, people then found out about this person. And so this is kind of what we have to fight back against. Then Asada Shakur dies.
Nothing.
We don't have anything. But Jane Goodall died yesterday. I've been hearing about her in the monkeys for 2 days. So who has value? Who really has value? And who do you value? And where do you get your information from? Inquiring minds want to know. What's up, Antoine?
Again, find yourself a Sirius XM subscription. Can't say it enough. It's
or something. Like if you're online all the time, so find some of these Black media outlets. Look at Roland Martin on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Roland Martin Unfiltered. It's a very good place to get information from. And now a lot of the Sirius XM hosts are posting some of their content on YouTube. But it is a very, very small snippet. Like it's good enough to whet your appetite, but it's nothing like the full show that they do. But
yeah, Michael Harriet. There are some, like I said, and you know how the algorithms go. If you go on and you search, Karen Hunter, read down your favorites, play Kane, Lamont King, Dr. Greg Carr, Karen Hunter. If you look at, if you Google those, the algorithm will then hopefully begin to send you other like-minded videos that you can. Roland Martin, Reese Colbert.
I think in class with Carr, that is something that Karen Hunter and Dr. Greg Carr, who we were in Kemet with, have been doing for 5 years. And you talk about just a barrage of information, just information, a steady flow of information. That is also a good resource. And I'm not sure, I don't think on YouTube they put them all in the same place, but there is another Karen, because she can see the writing on the wall and has seen it, and knows that she does not own YouTube and SiriusXM, and at any time you can be snatched off the air. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel. At any time, he has made this place where it's kind of her own social media site. It's called Narrative, spelled with a K. KNARRATIVE,
Narrative.
Sound like CNC. And in there is the Nubia, the Nubia community. Again, Nubia spelled with a K. KNUBIA, Nubia. And so there's a lot of information there as well. So turn off the TV.
Definitely. Yes. Or just find something.
Turn off the TV.
Find something else to watch beside this raggedy news that continues to come on.
And when I do turn on the news, I can't figure out. Like, they want to tell you, everything they tell you is bad news. You turn on the TV this morning and it says somebody was shot in Durham overnight. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like, are you telling me that because I now don't need to go to that person's house? Like, I was planning to go there.
But they didn't tell you who it was.
They don't know who it is. So when you're giving me all of this terrible information, why do I need to know? What is it that I need to know about it? I don't know. I don't ever understand watching the news. And then the weather come on and they lie. Just lies.
That's
supposed to be a monsoon for the last 5 days.
I was going to mention, when we can't trust news, you can't even trust the weather no more. It was supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday too. It's supposed to, like you said, a monsoon. And I mean, it's sprinkled here and there. So yeah, if you're looking for a new career where you don't have to be right, you can just be wrong on your job and still get paid. And hey, just forecast the weather and do the best you can. It's always, I feel like, 50% chance. It's either gonna rain or it ain't.
That's what we say, but apparently that's not so.
I mean, it is though. It's either gonna rain or not.
That's not. That's why they don't come on and say 50% chance.
Right.
Sometimes there's 0% chance that it's gonna rain,
And
that do sometimes get that right.
And that's when it rains. That's when it rains. But yes, we normally would have been celebrating our fall festival with Shepherd's Flock Church, and we do know for about 11, 12 years maybe, it did not rain on the 4th Saturday of September. And it didn't do it this year neither. We thought it was, but we just took caution. We've had some partners to join us now to enhance our fall fest, to bring more vendors, to bring more resources to the community, to bring more support. And so it's just not us at the church doing the fall fest. So just trying to be mindful of other people's resources, their equipment, and all the stuff that they want to bring. We thought it would be best to postpone, but we did, but we are still going to look to see in some way how we can reach out to our community between now and the end of the year. So to somehow share and take some of the resources that we were working and building upon to still see if we can't do something for the community. So, but we are always grateful for all of the support that we get. And I guess it did drizzle off and on Saturday in Durham. So it would have not have been the best day, but we might could have made it happen. But that's all behind us. Hindsight's 2020. At least that's what they say.
Always err on the side of caution. I don't feel bad about doing that.
No, I mean,
I
no,
don't ever feel bad about being safe.
yeah. So we did. Yep, did what we had to do.
We are, I was going to say, quickly moving into voting season. But if you are in at least Durham, again in our area, local area, early voting has started. Early voting ends this Saturday. There's some hot races in Durham. So if you're, on and you are in Durham, let me know who you are shouting out. Early voting for the rest of us starts October 17th. I do believe. Again, just like we caution you about what you see on your local news, please be cautious of what you see in your Facebook feed. People who are endorsing candidates. First of all, check their record.
Wow.
You can look at anybody's voting record, their name. And then ask yourself, what interest are they protecting? Why would they vote for this person? And then, we always say, do your research. But what does that look like? How do you find out? How do you really find out what a person, what their platform is? One, you can go to meet and greets. A lot of candidates are having those. Sometimes most of the time they're free. Go meet your candidate and ask them questions. What is your issue, your number 1, 2, and 3 issue, and who is aligning with that issue? Sometimes it may not be the person who most other people are throwing their support behind. But make sure that you do get out and vote. That is one of the things in our tool belt. That's one thing. Another thing, you call these people once they are elected. We should be calling Josh Stein. Did he do anything, take any action on that crime bill? Yeah.
They haven't done anything yet. We, the co-chairs, are going. We're putting a letter together to send to
Y'all come these strongly worded letters,
strongly worded emails.
But you do put food to feet on the ground too. We did go to Ted Budd's office on Monday, and they wouldn't let us in.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us in.
When I say voting is one thing you could do. We did want to have somebody on to talk about this crime bill because it does not address crime at all. It is a perfect example for the hate narrative that the Republicans are always trying to push. They had someone who had some mental challenges on a train, who was Black, who stabbed a white woman from Ukraine. Now all of a sudden they care about
people from Ukraine.
From Ukraine. And so this was the perfect opportunity. This was their who was it that Jesse Helms? Who was it that Jesse Helms put out when he was running? The scary Black man.
Oh, Willie Horton.
Well, there's a Willie Horton. Was it Willie Horton? The Willie Horton man? I think that was him.
Was that him?
Anyway, they're always trying to find it. But so what they have done is put a lot of horrible things in this crime bill. One is the death penalty. They want to add that back, but
pro-life
they
people.
have found the people who are pro-life.
People who love
They
life.
have found the perfect storm with the unfortunate tragedy that happened. But they can't ever bring themselves to do anything on gun reform when these violent white men keep just going out here and opening fire, killing mass people. We cannot. I mean, they brought that crime bill forward quick, like in a matter of months. We just had someone in North Carolina on the coast open fire on people from a boat.
She was into a bar
And before that, we had someone.
in Detroit, Michigan.
Is that where he ran into a Mormon church?
In Michigan. Ran
And
to the
set it on
church,
fire?
shot 10, 12 people, set it on fire. And so
And we don't ever hear the villainization of white men in this country when they do that.
and even what you were saying a while ago, the crime bill, North Carolina, cashless bail. So they're trying, and they can determine now, not a doctor, not after not an observation. What do you call when someone goes to
An assessment?
an assessment? So not an assessment from a doctor, not an assessment from someone who specializes in mental health. The Justice Department can determine if someone is mentally unstable, and they can now keep them in jail for 48 to 72 hours. So that doesn't even line up. If you're really concerned about someone's mental health, the last place they need to be is in a 10 by 10 room where that's already putting more mental stress on someone. So that makes no sense.
But they're always good at giving us the red herring. So they're writing up this horrible bill so that people are not paying attention to the hundreds of thousands of people here in North Carolina that are going to lose their health care.
Yeah.
Because they signed on to that bill.
And so they want to do that. They want to be able to take people who they consider mentally ill and dehumanize, criminalize them, and put people in again 48 to 72 hours. But then the same one in Southport on the boat shot at the bar, the same one that went in tragically shot all the people in the church in Michigan. In their reporting PTSD, they had meant, so it's just they're justifying what happened and saying how horrible it was that they had to deal, and the reason they did what they did was PTSD. And so now they want to, when it's those, now they want to get help.
White men? You said those. Who
Yeah, the white men, yeah. The white men shoot up and do those
You
things.
tell somebody when you hear shouting that there's another shooting, you always say, please don't let it be a white man. Please don't let it be a white man. You do that?
For me?
Yeah.
No, but that I'm gonna tell you now again. I don't want to say. I don't want to. When I say this was funny to me, I don't mean funny, and it's horrible that someone lost their life. But when that governor in Utah was on not on a hot mic,
No,
not someone caught him in the distance,
no.
not overheard on a telephone call. This man is on
From his heart.
from his heart. I mean, deep. He's deep in his spirit. He was praying this thing.
Yes.
That on TV at your press conference, I prayed hard. I prayed that it wouldn't be one of us. And I was like,
Who? A sheriff? A governor? Oh, white. Oh,
yes.
oh, you mean a white man?
I so wish it would have been an immigrant. I so wish it would have been somebody brown. I wish it would have been someone transgender. I wish it would have been anybody but a straight white cisgender male. And that, yeah.
And again, like it happens over and over and over and over. I believe what is the percentage of mass shooters are white men? Can't again, what would that number be?
I think it's 80 or 90%. It's 80 or 90%.
Black women.
Oh, so that's zero.
Oh, okay.
That's zero.
Okay. But if you look at the news and you want to stereotype people, it ain't never. Wait, don't never fit the description.
Never. I'm waiting for him to come to us.
I want
Matches up.
black and brown people to stop doing too. Like Stop letting them put the ownership of what one person does on the entire population, all of us. Because I know at some point we've all said, Lord, don't let them be black. I why? Why is that on us? Because it's never that why you have any kind of pressure? Why kind of pressure? When you hear it's another school shooting, I think when we had like 142 mass shootings, why don't they say, Lord, don't let them be a white man?
I already know what it
They
is.
don't have that pressure. And come to think of it, across my Facebook timeline, I saw that there was a GoFundMe for the killer of the people at the Mormon church.
Mhm.
Not a GoFundMe for the victims.
Not a GoFundMe
But a
for the.
GoFundMe, not for him, for his family, because I think did he kill his? He's no longer with us.
But I mean, yeah.
But he had a wife and some children who got who have medical issues, and so we're doing a GoFundMe for them. The goal was $100,000, and when I saw it, they were right at 90,000. So they're almost at their goal for this person who set a church on fire and who killed people. But we want to take care of his family because he's no longer here to take care of his family. And why should they suffer? Not the victims. Yeah. Is it me? Is it me?
No.
Like you never hear the villainization. Like you don't ever hear that. And this is again why I don't watch this TV because it's crazy. It'll make you think you crazy. Why? So why? Like why am I not supposed to question why we taking up money for the man who willingly went in and did these horrible things? But we want to do a GoFundMe for them. So tired.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
exhausted.
I'm just wondering how, out of all the people that you could have thought about to support financially in any way, how did that person come across?
Because we have a poor widowed mother with these children. And it's true. It could be true. But that man knew that when he drove that truck into that church, he knew. He knew the condition of his family. And rather than try to do something to help his family, to stay here to help his family, he chose to kill other people.
Because they were probably different.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know enough. I guess I don't watch enough TV to even be able to comment on these things because I didn't follow that story, so I don't know what the follow up has been. Why he did it. I know he was military, former military.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a couple of tours and stand where has gone. The same thing with the shooter in North Carolina, former military. Are we going to see a bill that bars former military people from
joining local police departments?
Even getting firearms? Are they ticking time bombs? Are we going to see those kind of bills? We probably won't.
Not at all.
We probably will not see that. But if they would love to pin it on somebody who's transgender, I think they have one person who might have been transgender. Now they want to do bills that transgender people cannot
own a firearm.
They cannot. Their Second Amendment rights don't count. One person.
Allegedly. They don't even know if it's true. It's allegedly.
What are we doing? Speaking of that, I had a good meeting with a chief of police this week.
Okay.
It was the first time that I had met chief of police. I was the chief of police in Garner. And I came away with the okay feeling about, like, I was able to just ask all the questions that I wanted to ask. We just had a regular conversation. He seems on the up and up. So I'm excited about. He just got sworn in a couple weeks ago. So he was the interim in Garner for before that, and he is now the police chief. And so he seems to be one of the people that is concerned about everybody in the community. So we're looking to see what comes of it. And so I think people should do that more often. I think you should go in if you live in a city and you live in a town that you just call up the call up the police chief and ask if you can schedule a meeting with him. Just come in and talk to me. Now I walked into the police department in Fuquay, asked to speak to the chief of police. They told me he wasn't available, and they didn't know when he would be available. They sent somebody else out to talk to me. So maybe he was busy that day.
And we know how
I
that.
know you can't just walk in and ask for the chief of police, but he ain't patrolling the streets.
Can you hear me? But then I need to see somebody else.
Let me speak to the chief. Then she told me, so the person that I needed to talk to, he wasn't there. And she told me his supervisor wouldn't be in there till tomorrow, till like the next day. And I'm like, oh, you telling me that because you think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow? Okay, when will the chief be available? Because I'm just gonna sit right here and wait for the chief. I didn't see the chief, but I did see somebody else, and he was helpful. He was helpful and pleasant to a point. And that was one of the things that the police chief yesterday said to me, that he said he loved to get parking tickets. He loved to get tickets. Like that's one of the things that he loved to do. He loved stopping people. That's what he said. And so he did. He said that somebody said to him, at one point, like, I know you got a job to do, but I just want to let you know that you were very nice. You were very pleasant. I said, the fact that somebody told you that to let you know that there's a problem. Because you should not be an outlier. That should be the norm. Everybody should pull away from, drive away from a police stop and say, the officer was pleasant.
I'm glad I got this ticket.
I'm happy I got the ticket, but at least, at least the officer was treating me like a human being.
Don't give me no piece of paper that's gonna cost me $300-400 and tell me have a nice day.
But he said he loved to do it. So I don't even know what that was about. I was like, okay.
You should have asked him the stat.
Oh yeah, he was.
And why they do that.
Why they give so many tickets?
Yeah, I mean, you always hear on the news when they're claiming why they shoot people and why they beat up people and why they treat people so horrible, because traffic stops are the most dangerous time in a police officer's life. And I'm thinking,
I don't think that's what they said.
I'm thinking that's what they said.
I mean, I don't think that's why they beat up people.
No, I'm saying when they're defending. Yeah. I'm saying anytime there's an event that a police officer has been on body camera, been videoed, and they done some horrible things, it always comes up in the conversation that, oh, this is the most dangerous time in a police officer's life is when they have to walk up on a stopped car. Then why are you stopping so many? If that is the most dangerous time in a police officer's life, why y'all pulling folks over for tail lights out? Why?
Just be real for a minute.
Tell me why.
Can we just be real for a minute? Traffic stops. I don't know how we got here, but we're here now. Traffic stops are the one thing where police officers initiate the contact.
Don't they?
Most of the time when you call a police officer, the crime has already happened.
Already. They ain't stopping.
There is no, of course, there's no danger. The crime is done unless sometimes they show up, like I said, maybe they show up to a domestic incident. That could be a little volatile. But most of the time, by the time the police get there, crime is done. They're just taking information. And this is why I was actually at the police station, because my mom was in a fender bender. By the time the police got there, he doesn't know what happened because he wasn't there. So they show up, crime is done, they do information, but it is the one contact where they initiate the contact. Those are traffic stops. So I don't understand how you putting your life on the line for a busted tail light. We ain't got to stop for that the other day.
It won't bust it. It didn't work.
I think that's why.
It is. I mean, you risk your whole life. This is the most dangerous time in your entire life because my brake light did not come on when I mashed it. And you was willing to risk it all.
Risk it all.
You were willing to risk it all to pull me over and let me know that my light was not working. I mean, I don't know. It just don't add up. It don't add up.
And this is not to say anything about cops because some of our best friends are cops. You know what you think? My nephew was a police officer.
I can't say that. I can't say I have
Family members of police officers.
I have family members that in my at least I've had nothing to do. I look some of my close, some of my family are police officers. Don't say I don't
We're
like
just having a conversation. We're just talking about what we're
talking about what we talking about.
And there is another police chief in the local area. I saw him the other day.
Oh,
He's a little more lady. Because we had an incident, like he does not speak. So, and it's fine. Like it's fine. We don't gotta speak to each other. That's cool. But my son got stopped in your town, and I just want to know, what's that? I just want him to be safe. The police chief ain't speaking to you. I just want my son to be safe.
yeah, you risk it all to pull them over.
Yeah. So we made it through. We're here. It is time to listen.
It's a lot. And there's a lot of storms out in the ocean this month.
There is.
There was a couple cruises like a month or so ago that literally didn't go anywhere but ride in the water. They couldn't go to their port because of the storms. So like we had to ride after a hurricane one day on a cruise. You didn't like it too much.
No. Waves are rough.
You
I like being stuck for an extra day.
that was cool.
Get an extra day vacation.
That was cool.
But I was bedridden for that day. So I don't know if
No,
that counts.
the next day.
I don't know if that counts. Yeah.
Because while we were docked, the boat didn't move. We were safe. We were hunkered down, as they say.
And so with that, I will start my disembarkation by, just talking about sometimes there are things that happen that you have no control over. The seas are spinning out of control, and there were plans that you had, and you have to take a detour. Detour does not mean failure. It just means I'll get there. It may be a longer route. It may be delayed, but I will continue to push forward. So we just leave that with you to just keep going, keep down the prize. Don't give up. That's it.
Keep on that. You are at the helm.
You are at the helm. You are in control.
You're in control. Stay informed. Do what we can, inform our family members, our friends. Find someone who is knowledgeable about things that are happening in this world. I know we don't want to have to continue dealing with all this going on, but find somebody that you trust, find somebody that you know is knowledgeable. Because they are doing wild things. And, just I said a while ago, get to know the people who make decisions in your town. Police chief, call them up, tell them you want to come meet them and have a conversation. Your local officials, no matter, from dog catcher to the mayor, no matter how big or large a town is, these are the people that make decisions that impact you every day. Find out who they are, what makes them tick, find out, what they stand for, and make sure they have the best interests of the community, of everyone. And that's difficult sometimes, but overall, that they're not bringing harm to the community. They may do some things that we may not like, but, if there's extra stoplights, maybe some roundabouts, maybe only left turns, those things are inconvenient, but they don't really harm the community. They're inconvenient, but they're not harmful. But when they do things that minimize certain communities, certain people, They do things that is not equitable to all the people in the town, the community. People don't have the same access, not treated fair. They get stopped more of whatever that is. That's when those people are bringing harm to the community. And that's what we need to just be mindful of. If someone wants to put a park across town, and I really would have loved to have it on this side of town, yeah, I may have to drive a little further. That's inconvenient.
That's politics.
That's politics. But when the park is put somewhere, and now certain people in the town are not welcome there, and they're threatened when they go there, and they're treated inhumane when they go there,
That's immorality.
that's immoral. That's bringing harm to the community. So
There's a difference between politics and immorality.
big difference. So that's what we just need to be mindful of and understand what is happening, what is going on. So know those people and the decisions they make and be aware. Check your voter registration.
Please.
Make sure it's up to date. They're purging people. Make sure your family, your friends are registered.
If you're in Durham, get out to vote this week. Early voting ends on Saturday. You can register and vote same day during early voting, but just gotta be right when you go on voting day. Everything, you gotta go to your polling place. Make sure you are take your ID. They are checking ID for your face. That's it. You want to make sure that the face that's showing up to vote is the face that's on that ID.
Yep.
Nothing else matters. Not your blood type. Not of whether or not you are an organ donor. Not your address. Nothing.
Sharon, have a safe family. Hey, Sharon. All right. So
Sharon, thanks for tuning in.
thanks for tuning in. Look, get your tickets for the next voyage. Get on board. See you in 2 weeks.